Dak's not going to have another career year. Dak went off last year. He's not going to replicate that twice in a row.
Why not?
Because he sucks. Andy Dalton's better than him.
What's up, Fackers? We are back with our Fantasy and Chill 101, counting down the top 101 fantasy football players for the 2020 season. We are back, me and Matt, in the Fantasy and Chill studios here, joined, as always, by Britt. Britt wishes he could be here, but he can't.
Nah, I've seen enough Casting Couch episodes to know what y'all are doing.
That was very original, Britt. I like the joke.
Yeah. For those that don't know, he said that twice already before we started recording. So.
Okay, motherfuckers. If I'm saying it to the viewers the first time, it is original, okay?
But we're going to continue our countdown. Number 22 on the countdown is wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, Amari Cooper.
You get that, Cooper?
He is our ninth ranked wide receiver. Last year he finished as wide receiver number 8. He caught 79 passes for 1,189 yards and 8 touchdowns on 119 targets. He scored 216 fantasy points, an average of 13.5 points per game. All right, so last year he had a career year for the Cowboys, career high in yards, career high in touchdowns, and fantasy points. His first full season with the Cowboys after coming over 2 years ago from the Raiders. He has scored 7 or more touchdowns in 3 straight seasons. So people forget that even when he had that kind of mediocre year, his last full year with the Raiders, he was still kind of scoring touchdowns. The big question, though, is what is his target share going to look like? We know they have Gallup, who had very similar stats last year, almost exactly the same. They drafted CeeDee Lamb. Zeke's not going to catch a lot of passes, but he is going to carry the ball a lot, so that just reduces the amount of times that Dak Prescott's going to throw the ball. So basically, how's he going to factor in with those 3 good wide receivers? Is he still going to have 119 targets?
That's 7+ TDs in 3 straight seasons. Kind of a disingenuous stat there.
Why?
Because he has 7 or 8 TDs in 3 straight seasons.
Okay, well, that's 8's more than 7.
Yeah.
7's a lot of touchdowns.
Wait, shut up. His touchdowns have been 6, 5, 7, 7, and 8.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
That's 3 straight seasons.
No. That's 5 straight seasons. Like, well, what are you saying? He shouldn't have said he gets that many touchdowns?
He's saying that by saying 7 or more, I'm like leading on that he's had like 10 or something.
Yeah,
but I just said 7 or more. 8's more than 7. So
I know, but some people might think he's getting like 10 touchdowns.
Look, 7 touchdowns is a lot.
No, I know.
Go look at Andre Johnson's career.
Don't
He
bring up
never
Andre.
scored like more than 7 or 8 in a season.
All right, back to Amari Cooper.
Go ahead, Matt. Give us your take on him since you're so
So
concerned.
y'all want a hot take? Y'all want my hot? I had a hot take planned for the end of this video, but I can just say it now if you want me to.
I got one too, so let's hear it.
All right, Michael Gallup's going to score more than Amari Cooper is this year.
You're an idiot. Amari Cooper is going to be a top 5 wide receiver this year.
Oh, we got 2 opposite of the spectrum hot takes.
You know what I'm feeling here? This sounds like a bet.
I'll bet.
Yeah, but what's the bet going to be?
You just said Gallup's going to outscore Cooper.
That was a hot take, though. I got to get odds on that.
Oh my God! Put your money where your mouth is, pussy.
All right,
Oh wait,
you
can I
put
say
your-
that?
I already did.
I
I'm not
did.
cutting it out.
Damn it!
All right,
Fantasy Pro says his long of the year was 126 yards. I don't know how you do that, but
he just kept running.
Those are your boys.
No, let me tell you real quick. Okay, so Brian already said it. Michael Gallup had very similar stats last year with 2 less games. He had 6 less targets in him, and I think it was quite a bit less receptions. But Michael Gallup's kind of a deep threat, as is Amari Cooper. But Amari Cooper doesn't get a lot of receptions. He's had 83 is the highest he's had. What?
he's never had less than 96 targets in the NFL. He's had 1,000.
That's not a lot, though.
Huh?
96 targets isn't
It's a lot, but it's not for an elite top receiver.
Well, no, I mean he's had 130 twice. He had 120 last year. I mean, if I get 120 from my number 1, it is what it is.
Yeah, I just said Michael Gallup got 6 less targets than him in 2 less games.
He's had 4,000-yard seasons. Only been in the NFL 5 years. So.
Yeah. I don't know what your point is with that. I mean, Michael Gallup's only been in the NFL 2 years.
when he moved over to the Cowboys, he is obviously their number one. It's not even close. They got rid of Jason Witten's gone, right?
Yeah, Jason
With
Witten,
Cole
Randall
Beasley
Cobb.
they did draft what's old CeeDee Lamb, and I'm not really worried about him at all. I mean, I think this is the Z. I mean,
No, but he's going to steal targets.
no, I don't even think that. I think he's going
He
to
is.
have
Randall Cobb stole. Randall
No,
Cobb
but
at 80
it
plus
wouldn't be
targets
stealing
last
though.
year.
He'd just be taking Randall Cobb's target.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily. He could steal. I mean, he could get more than 80 something targets.
He could, but then you're talking about Randall Cobb and tight end.
And then Jason Witten had 80 plus targets. I don't think 80 plus targets is going to Blake Jarwin.
Look,
I don't think.
you know what I'm looking at? I think they have one of the easiest schedules this year.
Oh, here we go.
They're at home. They play in a week.
They play in a weak defensive division.
Washington's defense is good, but the Giants and Phillies suck dick. Okay, they're gonna have games. I mean, I'm looking at their games right now. They do play the Rams at the Rams for first game, but then they have Atlanta. They go to Seattle, and then they got Cleveland, the Giants, and Arizona at home. Like
The
I don't know.
The issue isn't the offense, though. I think we all agree the offense is going to be good.
Okay.
The issue is the target share, and then Zeke's going to steal some too. I think Zeke could have a bounce back year this year. Dak's not going to have another career year. Dak went off last year. He's not going to replicate that twice in a row.
Why not?
Because he sucks. Andy Dalton's better than him.
Andy Dalton is not better than Dak Prescott. Look, Dak's thrown for over 20 touchdowns every single year. I mean, that's not a whole lot, but I feel like his chemistry with Cooper is there. They're on the same page. And I mean, like people saying CeeDee Lamb's going to take targets. There's not even going to be a training camp this offseason, probably. They're just going to get thrown into the fire. And I think that rapport that was Dak is going to come up big.
I mean, I agree. I don't think CeeDee Lamb is going to be that big of a factor in the offense either, but he will. I mean, I think he's better than Randall Cobb is, and Randall Cobb had 80 plus targets last year.
Look, I like Gallup. I think he's a very good receiver. He'll be decent in fantasy, but I don't think to say that he'll have more than Cooper, I think is pretty crazy.
Well, that's why it's a bold take.
If you look at Cooper since he came to the Cowboys, the second half of 2018, he was an absolute monster. Single-handedly took Britt to the championship.
Single-handedly.
Last year, he finished wide receiver 8. It's another stud year. I just don't see him slowing down with just the offense, how many times they're going to throw the ball. He's their possession receiver.
Yep. And people were sleeping on him last year. I slept on him a little bit last year because there were concerns with I think it was his ankle or maybe
not only that, but he had the great ending to the year, but I mean, he left a bad taste in people's mouths from the Raiders years. I'm thinking back to when we were recording a couple years ago, and we had him on our drop list a couple weeks. It was so bad.
Oh yeah. I mean, once he came to the Cowboys,
once he came to the Cowboys, he was a beast. But it's just pretty amazing.
Well, it's because he had such a good rookie year. I guess 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, and then the next year, I feel like it was 2016, I think, which burned people because he had a very good start of the season, and then his last 4 or 5 games were just terrible. I think that was the year Crabtree, I think, caught a lot of touchdowns. I think you're. But yeah, I mean, look, ever since he's come to the Cowboys, I mean, he's been a stud. They've already signed him to a huge deal. Like, he's the man in Dallas, and Dallas is going to score points.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say he's better than Gallup. I'm just trying to say that it reminds me of like Juju and Antonio Brown. Like, obviously, Antonio Brown was a better wide receiver, but did Juju finish higher than him one year? No. Juju finished top 10. Like,
yeah, but
Juju was relevant because Antonio Brown was taking so much attention off of him. And that could be the same thing with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup.
Yeah, but just like Juju and Antonio Brown, the success of Juju didn't affect
Antonio Brown. Yeah,
I'm not saying it's going to affect Amari Cooper either. I'm saying Michael Gallup's going to score more.
But then it still wouldn't matter if Amari Cooper's a top 10 wide receiver. Like, it doesn't affect his ranking.
Yeah, and
I don't think he's going to do that good either.
Brett, real quick, we got probably a minute left. What's his ADP?
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
This is because I was going to ask this question too while we're still talking about Gallup. Would you rather have Gallup at 69 overall or Amari Cooper at 27?
Look, as much as all the good things I've said about Cooper, when it comes time to draft, I usually go with another wide receiver. For some reason, I just never really want to pick him in the mocks. So yeah, with that, I would rather have Gallup at that ADP, but I'd
probably agree too because
40 spots later.
No, it's the same argument with Galladay and Marvin Jones. But
it is.
No, it is. It's 1,000%. Marvin Jones, 1,000%. Let me look up a few
1,000.
stats.
That's more than 100%.
I mean, Marvin
10
Jones.
times.
Huh?
Just keep going, Britt.
Look, Marvin Jones had 800 yards, 9 touchdowns last year. What do you think Galladay's stats were?
2 million yards.
I bet he had
touchdown.
1,190 yards and 11 touchdowns.
There you go. Okay, so that's 1A and
Nice.
1B. The same thing as Cooper and
Yes.
Gallup.
It's
You can get Marvin Jones
relatable.
so much later.
And this is why Michael Gallup will score more. All right, finish it off.
All right.
All right, so
That means
wrapping
we'll
it up. We're a little bullish on Amari Cooper here, but Amari Cooper is our 9th ranked wide receiver, number 22 overall. We out.
We out.
Draft Cooper.
Don't do it. Gallup.